And then as we're using the tools and we're starting to maybe get into some trauma, some memories, some emotions, some kind of energetic space,
some kind of hard energy that might come up, challenging energies, right?
It's easy to get distracted into the content that's coming up, right? And so that's why the facilitator reminds the client, we're looking at this from mindfulness. We're looking at this from a grounded place of mindfulness. It's like a reminder when we're facilitating.
Right. Sometimes I say, let's look at this from a place of awareness or spaciousness. It's all the same thing, right?
Yes.
Just different words that we attach to it.
Right. And how about witness consciousness? Witness consciousness is a part of us that is simply witnessing the content that's arising or witnessing whatever's happening in the environment without an agenda, really, basically.
Yeah, and if somebody's really like attached to whatever's coming up, if they're feeling really triggered, then what are some of the things that you may do? I mean, you don't have to go into the tools per se, but how do you get somebody back into mindfulness?
I like to just remind them, okay, so I can, I might say, I can see that you're feeling very identified with this that's arising right now. And so I'm letting them know that I see that you're really involved in this. So take a few deep breaths, and I would just remind them that we're going to observe this from the observer or from the witnessing part, or just I think that even with me, when I'm being facilitated, I can get really into what's arising. And so having someone just gently remind me, we're grounded in mindfulness, there's a part of you that is just witnessing this, and then there's a part of you that's experiencing this. So we're not trying to pull you out of the experience.
No.
Mindfulness is not bypassing the experience,
the feelings, the emotions, or whatever's coming up.
No,
right? Yeah.
So that's an important part of this. We're experiencing the feelings. We're allowing the emotions. We're allowing whatever's happening in the body sensations, and resting in mindfulness.
Because it's always here, always present, right?
Yeah. And I think that's a concept that sometimes surprises people, that you can do both, right? Because sometimes it seems like, well, I'm either in a quiet, peaceful, meditative state, or I'm triggered and anxious. And it's either one or the two.
Yeah, just look at that trigger, that anxiousness, kind of open up that space to where you can see, oh, yeah, this is what's going on right now. I can see this. This is, what can we do about it? Yeah.
I can feel the anxiousness.
Yeah.
I can breathe into it, and I can witness it. I can let it show me what it wants to say to me. What is it here for, basically, which now we're getting into the tools, because
there are always opportunities, right? The things that come up for us.
Yes. What is this trying to tell me right now? So, going into this work, that's helpful to consider that as we're going to start using the tools, we're going to be grounded in mindfulness. And then if you would say that there's an agenda to doing this work, you might say the agenda is to just be aware of what's arising and give it space. Let it express, let it say, why is it? Because if there's anxiety here, it's here for a purpose. That's something that we're kind of assuming.
Right. It's here because there's something that from the past that's it's coming into the present, and it needs to be revealed, or maybe it's something that you think may happen in the future, right?
Yes.
But it's not being present in this very moment.
Yeah, even though it's being felt in the moment,
Yeah.
but its trigger, it might not be here in the moment.
No.
But yet we can bring it into the moment. We can bring everything into the moment and say, what is this about? Curiosity. Curiosity is where it's at. Like if you have curiosity about what's going on with you, then you might be ready for these tools.
If you have judgment about it, you may just be like, okay, I'm just going to go put on some Netflix. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to do whatever I can to avoid this uncomfortable sensation in my body, or uncomfortable thoughts that are coming up, or anxiousness.
That's normal.
That's normal, yeah.
That's normal. But we can get to the point where we realize, okay, I'm feeling anxiety and I have a variety of things I can do. I can do my normal coping strategy, which might be drink some alcohol or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I can choose another coping strategy that's what we want to do, right? We want to develop a collection of strategies that we can turn to.
Mm-hmm.
Healthy, conscious coping strategies
or even going for a walk can help you open up that.
That's one right there, going for a walk.
That can help you open up your mind, get you into a state of mindfulness, and then maybe you'll have oh, that's why that happened. Oh yeah, that's why I remember. That's a lot of things can come up just by going for a walk in nature.
Yes. Going for a walk is great.
Yeah.
And what about saying, well, I've been anxious for a while. What I'm going to do is, for this week, I'm going to reduce my sugar. I might just cut out all sugar, stop eating like white carbs, drink a lot of water every day, eat healthy meals. I mean, that right there in itself, just 1 week of healthy eating can make a big difference.
Because it's not always emotional. It could be just your hormones and everything happening with whatever you're eating. It could be a biological issue.
Yes.
Right?
Well, and then the biological issue isn't helping the fact that
old maybe trauma or whatever.
Maybe there is past trauma coming up.
Yeah.
And the body is full of, toxins. And so it's reacting to whatever this trigger is.
Yeah.